Hi, Leo. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and dive on in. Could be feeling a lot of chemistry or passion for somebody, Leo. Could be a temporary situation in your life. Could be peace and harmony, but a financial pinch of some sort. You could be feeling like a lack of success to something, but you are having peace and harmony. And this financial pinch will be a temporary situation. Could be about where you're living. You could feel a little bit like you're living out of your suitcase type vibes. There could be some kind of need to stay flexible or also know when to push. Leo, messages for Leo. Something could be divinely destined, something about your career or someone older than you. Family wishes will come true. This could be a parental figure as well. Let's see, messages for Leo. Leo, Leo. Wish fulfillment with peace and harmony. The more that you maintain this, especially if you stay serious, solid, disciplined, focused on the long-term security and goals, focused on your long-term ambitions and structures, solid foundations here that you're building. Make sure you're not sabotaging yourself by thinking that you're being a failure in the temporary moment when things are just, when the seed is just starting. Does it call itself a failure when it's under the dirt? No, it doesn't. Give it a little more time. We'll be moving out of Mercury retrograde in September. You'll be having a rebirth, maybe perhaps in the fall or Scorpio season, November. You could be putting an end to past lack and suffering regarding finances as well. Specifically in your family, you could be speaking up or being more courageous or more confident as well. Let's see messages for Leo. Most important advice for Leo people and placements. We have cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So something could have like maybe surprised you, came out of nowhere, changed something that you were hoping to happen. But this could be actually allowing you to come into like different situations or better solutions in some sense. Let's see. Cracked open. 52. This could be a love situation, maybe somebody you were interested in having a lot of fun with, somebody that boosted your self esteem. This could be a business contract or business as well, or marriage. Don't let the weight and destiny of the world squash your tender spirit, or sorry, density of the world. Instead, let it call even more of it more of it home, into your body, at the center in front of your life. It's through the extreme pressure of life's trials and diamonds are cultivated. So you could be learning your skill or your craft or manifesting, doing rituals. Actually, it's all it takes is intention, just 30 seconds. Write down what you desire and put it in intention, even with a little candle. It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, sorrow, and losses make you and not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. So there could be like a silver lining that you should tap into. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds and in ways we could only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to. So surrender to the process. It's how the light gets in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for the soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. So you have to trust in your faith, and if you want something manifested, right, talk to God. Even just a prayer, you just have to invite them in. Let your trials, sorrows, pains, and losses transform you into more of yourself. Stay open to the possibility that your tragedies and losses, sorrows, and hurt have happened for you and not to you. Bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open because the world needs you open. So surrender to the alchemy of life. How can you let life crack you open? Interesting. Let's get you a manifestation advice for Leos. Leo's best advice for their ultimate success to manifest their ultimate joy, destiny, and soul purpose. Okay, so this is not a time to grieve, I would say. It looks like you might, or maybe it is, but let's see. What is coming for Leo's future? What lies ahead for Leo? What is coming in their future? Could be a gateway of some regard. You could be feeling like you're kind of not getting the situation in love that you do want. You could be feeling like you have to focus on your job or career or something more serious, especially if you're looking to kind of rebirth something from the dead or something like that. Could be looking to make a choice in regards to your personal happiness and not put an end to something. Interesting vibe. Be more honest, direct. Let's get you a Kali. Best advice for the Leos. Most important vital advice. Leo. Leo's best advice. Gauri Devi. Definitely business contracts here. Emotional foundations, emotionality in your local community with people, friends, coworkers, anybody you see on the daily commute, somebody intellectual, processes data, talks a lot, learns a lot, reads a lot. 43, Gemini energy, somebody maybe impatient, restless, shakes their leg. Champion of the sweet souls with fierce hearts who are underestimated and passed over. She is gentle as the deer and ruthless as the lion, who has the capacity within the awakened heart to rise, to overcome obstacles, and have faith without any evidence of victory. Yeah, so if you already operate in that frequency, everything, the particles around you are all shaking, so they just match that frequency you send out. And to rally the spirit against the right, and to rally the spirit until the right moment to act and win is felt. She is nonconformity and the freedom to be one's true self, recognize your own beauty and value, irrespective of whether another has the capacity to behold it at this time, and you shall shine. The divine feminine is often misunderstood. She is stereotyped as weak or passive, and therefore underestimated or dismissed, or as a devouring and castrating, so is feared and spurned, yet she is not one thing or the other. She is the wisdom of what is needed. Gauri is the secret softness and light that is a part of Kali. We could call her Kali's bright shadow. Gauri is domesticity and accessibility, where Kali is wildness and mystery. Gauri is bejeweled with gems, Kali with skulls. Gauri is dressed with beautifully in sumptuous attire. Kali is naked, smeared in ash and blood. Gauri shows us how to operate within social systems, whilst Kali rejects and disrupts social conditioning. Gauri creates harmony and connection, whilst Kali is autonomous and independent. Gauri is culture, whilst Kali is untamed. Gauri gives and Kali takes. Both work the same purpose of protecting and empowering the soul by whatever method works in the moment. Both are manifestations of the one divine femininity. One story holds that Kali went to the river to wash and emerged fair as Gauri. Soon after, a demon lurked nearby. Her dark skin reemerged, and that was the end of the demon. One lesson from this story is that our fierceness is always within. We can trust in that, relax into the gentler and more easygoing side. Fierceness is the context of Kali's fierce wisdom. We do not need to cultivate an inherently violent way of being, but rather allow fierce wisdom to spontaneously arise when needed. This story also shows us that there are times to embrace the darkness and times to shed it. We can move into lighter moods as a way of growth and healing, knowing the dark wallness is within, and when needed to overcome a potential obstacle, it will destroy what threatens to compromise your light, and then it can be at rest once more. This is not something we have to contrive. Instead, we can practice allowing for instinctive wisdom to guide us. In another story, a terrible demon attacked the royal city. None of the powerful local men could defeat it, and the great concern arose amongst the locals, who was said that only a virgin woman could have the power to conquer the energy. None of the women could manage it until the responsible, kind, noble, and courageous goddess Sita stepped forward. She transformed herself into Kali and destroyed the demon as if she were snapping a branch. She was so intimidating in her awesome power that it is said her wonderful husband, the magnificent god Rama, begged her to return to her domesticated form. She obligingly did, donning a beautiful clothing and neat hair once more, yet beneath that kind mantle of a civilized and cultured woman is a sufficient divine power of ferocity to be a complete badass when need be. There are times to allow in others to set clear boundaries. All that can be an act of love. It is loving how to communicate in a way others can understand. Some cannot understand gentleness and require different language to know your boundaries and need for respect. There is a story from the Hindu saint devoted to Kali, Sri Ram Krishna, who speaks of a snake who was terrifying the villagers, biting and killing them. One day, a sage encountered the snake in the field and taught him about compassion. The snake no longer attacked the villages, and they no longer feared the snake. As a consequence, one day, the traveling sage returned to the village only to find it had been severely injured following the attack of some local boys. With compassion for the snake, the sage taught him that just because he no longer wanted to bite the villagers didn't mean that he couldn't hiss. He had swung too far from Kali towards Gauri and needed to find a way to accomplish his purpose with compassion, but also with wisdom too. When Gauri Devi arises, you are asked to check boundaries and tune into the capacity to hiss, to realize you are entitled to be kind, but also be respected. If you have seen yourself as a badass, it is time to embrace the softer. If you have been soft and doubted your ability to stand up for yourself, you have simply forgotten that you are also Kali. Play with the balance of what resonates and know that if you allow for it, the divine will spontaneously arises within and in whatever form accomplishes the task. Take responsibility for the consequences of your actions while trusting in your methods that flow. Okay, that was a long card. Sorry about that. Leo. These are messages for Leo. There could be a need to make sure that you are cultivating a really strong sense of like leadership or like self-esteem, joy, happiness, not looking to over-dominate or anything. It never dominated anyone, right? But more so your own personal sense of creative fulfillment and joy and operating from your heart space and operating from your, your regalness, your kindness, your generosity. Let's see, 17. But in a strong, fierce way, right? In a powerful way. Find serenity and peace. Your energy might be scattered, overwhelmed, or you feel drained. You must settle yourself down to allow the transformation to occur, as it will make its way to you soon enough. You do not need to force the change. You merely need to find peace and await the change. Hope you like this reading. Please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, or hit the Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to leave a tip. Thank you. Take care.